Hi everybody, my name's Debbie, and I would like to share my story with you from the first day I came to Gracepoint to the present. So before I came to Gracepoint, it had been 15 years since I had attended church. I quit going to church because of the judgmental people, the hypocrisy, the boringness of church. I quit going for a lot of reasons, but those were the main reasons. So, you know, when Dale and Janice wanted us to come to church, I was pretty peeved off about it.
Hi, I'm Dale.
I'm Janice.
All I had to do was to say, we're getting married.
Right.
And we want you at our wedding. It's at a...
So I filled out all the invitations.
Yeah, it's at a banquet hall. It's going to be great.
It's fun, come on.
Yeah. And from that time on, I became Notorious Dale, and this is Notorious Janice, for bringing people into Gracepoint like shady, like...
Yeah.
First day that we pull into Gracepoint, we had just had breakfast with some friends of ours, and we were angry that we had to go to church. Like, Dale, really? You're seriously inviting us to your wedding but forcing us to come to church first? What are you thinking? Dude, really? I was angry. I was really angry at Dale. We were sitting in the vehicles, smoking cigarette after cigarette, looked at the time. Well, we got 2 more minutes before we got to go in. So what do? We smoke some more cigarettes, and we're angry at our friend for forcing us to come to church because I did not want to go to church.
One of the persons that we invited to our wedding was Deb.
Our friend Debbie.
And that story with Deb of how she felt in that parking lot, which I didn't know, we didn't know. We had no idea that she was out in that parking lot. Smoke coming out of her ear, smoke coming out of the car, because they must have smoked 10 cigarettes before they came in, decided to come in because it was church.
The atmosphere was just overwhelming, fun, laughter, hugs, love, no judgment there. There was no judging going on. I was like, what? Really? This is church? This isn't church. What's Dale got us into? Really, that's kind of was what I was really thinking. I've had a traumatic experience happen to me recently, and I have felt some heartache for about, 2 hours out of the whole thing, and I'm literally floating through air. Like the first week after the traumatic experience happened, I was sharing with Ben at lunch one day that I had to literally look at my feet to see if my feet were actually touching the ground. Because I didn't think that they were. Because God is literally lifting me up and He's carrying me through life right now.
Debbie has thanked us so many times. She's so grateful.
And Debbie is, you can see it in Debbie's heart and in Debbie's eyes.
Oh yeah.
Of what having a God in her life today is all about, you know. And she's an inspiration to other people that what has turned her life around. All I did was do something for what somebody did for me.
We passed it on.
And that's exactly what it was.
Right.
And I think that's why a lot of our friends are still at Gracepoint today and getting involved in Gracepoint. It's wonderful to see. We're not just there for the coffee and the food.
No.
Like Janice says, I leave Gracepoint and I'm floating.
Feeling good. Carries
floating.
me to the next week.
I have a lot of gratitude for Dale and Janice for inviting me and my husband to their wedding. Without that invitation to that wedding, I wouldn't have the life that I have today, and I wouldn't walk with God the way that I walk with God today. For a while, I used to text them and thank them profusely all the time. I would tell them, thank you so much for inviting me to your wedding, because it helped save my life. Gracepoint helped save my life. And I walk with God today, hand in hand, because of Gracepoint.